Okay, so this is my wax head final project. My model is of my boyfriend Gary. As you can see, his model photos of his front profile as well as his side profiles are on my miniature easel behind him. And this is the frontal view of the head. And I'd also like to share that from what I've learned, I believe he is a convex concave profile of curvature. And by looking at his side profiles, this would be determined of the fact that his forehead is convex and his chin is concave, as his chin protrudes while his forehead recedes. That's one side. And then here's the other side. And also noting the proportions that needed to be taken into consideration, such as the hairline to the brow, which is 1/3. We have the hairline to the brow. Oh, I'm sorry. The hairline to the brow. Brow to base of the nose. Base of nose to also the base of the chin. And it can be further broken down into the inferior zones, such as the base of the nose, the line of lip closure, then from the line of lip closure to the top of the chin, and then from the top of the chin to the base of the chin. And then we also take a look at the length of the ears. As well as remembering that the ear passage to the tip of the nose and also that the medial corners of the eye line up with the wings of the nose. And then when we take a look at the ears anatomy, we have the helix. Sorry, I like to use this side of the pointer. So the helix here, as well as we have the scapha, and then we also have the anti-helix with the two cura. We have the antitracheus and the lobe. We have the intertracheal notch. We have then the tragus. Then we have the concha. And then we also have the crus, as well as I do believe I mentioned the Kira here already. And then looking at the other side too, we have the helix, the scapha, the antihelix, and then the antitragus here with the lobe, and then also the intertragic notch, and then the tragus, the concha, as well as the crus, and then the triangular fossa, and the Kira. And then we go to look at the eyes. So we can see that there is the nasal orbital fossa, as well as the supraorbital area, and then we also have the upper eyelid, lower eyelid, and we also have the line of closure, and we have the inner canthus, and I did attempt to use fake eyelashes to replicate and create the cilia or the upper eyelid eyelashes, which go upward, while the bottom eyelid, their eyelashes would go downward. However, I did not really like how much after trimming I did on the upper eyelashes. I grabbed most of the trimmings, but those trimmings did happen to flake off in other directions and got stuck in the wax. So that's as far as I got with that. I'd like to work with it a little more, but for the project I figured I like how it looked now and didn't want to mess it up any further and get a bunch of hair everywhere, because my hair sheds enough. So I was pulling hair out of this wax left and right as it is. So I did include the cilia or the eyelashes of the upper eyelid. Then we can move down to the nose. So we have the glabella, as well as the dorsum, and we have the sides of the nose, and we also have the wings, as well as the columnae, that part in between. And we also have the anterior nares, or what I like to remember as the back caves, here and here. And then we can move on to the mouth. So we have the upper integumentary lip area here, and the superior mucous membrane. Then we also have the inferior mucous membrane and the lower integumentary lip. We also have the medial lobe, right in the middle, right there, and the line of lip closure. And when it comes to the natural facial markings, you have the philtrum here. As well as the nasal labial folds. And then you also have the labiomental sulcus. And then you have the submental sulcus. You have the angulus oris sulci. And then you have the angulus oris eminens. Oh God, I put my nail in that. My bad. But yeah, so the angulus oris eminens is here. And then you also have the nasal sulci. And also the oblique palbera sulci. So yeah, this was one awesome project to work with, and I hope I did pretty decent for my first try on a wax head model, because this was so awesome, and look forward to my future work in this, and would love to do more hair restoration, honestly, because the wax, when it gets stuck with those trimmings, oh my God, it's quite a challenge, but overall really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Professor. Cheers.